Welcome back to the deep dive.
Glad to be diving in again.
So today we're tackling something really core. Self-discipline. We're drawing from a source called From Lazy to Legendary.
Provocative title.
It is. And our mission here, for you listening, is really to unpack its key ideas, the stuff that can actually help you shift how you approach your habits, your goals, all that.
Sounds like a valuable exploration.
Okay, so let's get right into it. What From Lazy to Legendary really highlights, like right off the bat, is this idea that our biggest problem often isn't that we don't want to do things.
Right. It's something else getting in the way.
Exactly. It points a finger at what it called the comfort zone. That's the real enemy, it argues. And what we often call laziness, well, that's frequently just procrastination wearing a disguise.
That's a powerful distinction.
It really is.
Mm.
And the source stresses that, just recognizing that, just becoming aware that your comfort zone is holding you back, well, that's the essential first step. Awareness first.
And what's fascinating there, I think, is digging into why. It's not about some moral feeling like being inherently lazy.
No, not at all.
It's more about understanding fundamentally where that resistance comes from. Our brains are, wired for ease. They pull towards what's familiar, what doesn't take much effort.
The path of least resistance.
Precisely. So knowing that comfort is the thing you're actually fighting, not some character flaw, that's the real starting point for making any kind of change that sticks.
Okay, so you've got this awareness. You see the comfort zone for what it is. The next big question, obviously, for anyone listening is, what now? What do you do?
Yeah, the practical side.
And From Lazy to Legendary jumps right into that. It really champions the idea of starting small, super small even.
The power of tiny habits.
Exactly. It hammers home this point. Consistency matters more than intensity. A little bit every single day is way more powerful than some huge heroic effort you can only keep up for a weekend.
Right. Absolutely. Those bursts often lead to burnout anyway.
Totally. And to make this practical, the source suggests tools, things you might have heard of, like time blocking your day, maybe using the Pomodoro technique, habit trackers.
Things to structure your effort.
Right. But it frames them not just as like productivity hacks, but as ways to consciously take back control, to master your time instead of feeling like it masters you.
That reframing is key.
And here's where it gets really interesting, I think. It tackles the word discipline.
Which often sounds harsh, doesn't it? Like punishment.
It does.
Right.
But the source pushes you to rewire that thinking. Move from, ugh, I have to do this to, wow, I get to do this. Seeing discipline as like a pathway to becoming who you want to be, not a chore.
That mindset shift changes everything. If we connect that to how our brains work,
Yeah.
well, our brain loves efficiency. It loves automation. That's why the source makes a strong case for building solid morning and evening routines.
Ah, the routines that stick idea.
Exactly, because routines basically eliminate decision fatigue. All those tiny little choices throughout the day that just drain your mental energy.
Like, what should I wear? Or what should I eat first?
Yeah, all that stuff. When you automate the important actions, you free up so much mental bandwidth. And this feeds right back into that mindset shift you mentioned. Actions stop being just tasks. They start becoming part of who you are, your identity.
That makes so much sense. And when you start actually doing these things, keeping these small promises to yourself, From Lazy to Legendary says something really profound happens. It's not just about willpower. It builds genuine confidence. It builds self-respect.
Discipline equals self-respect. That's a powerful equation from the source.
It really is. It links your actions directly to how you see yourself. But okay, let's be real. Motivation comes and goes, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's never constant.
So what do you do when that initial excitement fades? when you just don't feel like it.
That's the million-dollar question.
And the advice here is kind of blunt, but crucial. Do it even when you don't feel like it. Basically, don't wait for the feeling. Don't wait to feel ready or motivated.
Discipline steps in when motivation takes a day off.
Exactly. True discipline means showing up, doing the thing, regardless of your mood. That's the commitment.
But then that raises another important question. How do you keep that up? Long term, it sounds exhausting.
Yeah, sustainability is key.
And the source has a really helpful perspective here. Track progress, not perfection.
Ah, I like that. Less pressure.
Right. It's about keeping an eye on your journey. Notice the wins, even small ones. Acknowledge the times you slip up, because you will slip up.
Everyone does.
And then adjust. Celebrate the small victories along the way. The message is clear. Progress, however slow, is infinitely better than chasing some impossible standard of perfection. It's a process.
So, pulling this all together then, for you listening, what does it all boil down to?
Yeah, the takeaway.
It seems to be this journey. You start with recognizing that comfort zone trap. Then you move to building tiny, consistent habits. You use tools to intentionally manage your time.
Building that structure.
And underpinning all of it is this massive mindset shift. Seeing discipline as self-respect, transforming who you are through those consistent actions.
It's complete reframing.
It really is. From just being aware to actively doing, to fundamentally changing your identity.
So maybe as a final thought to leave with everyone, consider this. What's just one small, truly consistent promise you can make to yourself starting today? Just one thing to kickstart that journey, your own journey from lazy, towards legendary.